did a little experiment this week, and I thought I'd look back at one of my old artworks and try and do some variations on a theme and just see what I could come up with. This previous artwork I painted years and years ago. It probably sold about 4 or 5 years ago, and I do have one print left of it. Well, I've got obviously the file on the computer, and all I've actually got left is this print. And the original one was about 5 by 7 inches. It was quite small, but it was in acrylic and oil pastel. With it being so small, as well as the fact that I used sticks as well as brushes to paint the thing, and the oil pastel, it was very, very textured and sort of grungy, and the paint was very, very thick. And I really like this artwork. This is one of my favourite artworks of all time. So it keeps winking at me in the folio, and I thought, oh, I'll try and do some more artworks and just do variations on a theme and see what I come up with. So this week I've managed to complete 3 artworks, 2 which are 10 by 12 inch, which I'll show you in a moment, and another one which is a large 20 by 20 canvas. And I don't often paint on large canvases. Well, not these days. I concentrate on smaller things. So this is really, it's been a really interesting experiment. I'm quite happy with how everything's turned out, actually. I think they're really good. Although I maybe shouldn't say that myself. So anyway, that's the original artwork, and I've used this as a base, and obviously it's not copied or anything, and I have used these 2 little stumpy arms and the same where the figure's placed in the artworks, but that's more or less all. So the first one I've got is this one. They're all acrylic on canvas, and I textured the canvases. I'm doing this quite a lot now. I just really like the look of all this lovely texture on the canvas before you paint. So that's the first one that I've completed this week. It's very colourful. It looks quite dull in here this morning, so I'm not sure whether it's picking the colours up very well, but it's really dark, and there's lots and lots of detail on top as well that I put on with Posca pens on top of the acrylic. But I don't know if you can see the texture. It is quite textured, that one. But they're all textured, but I use different things, including texture paste and the stuff that you put on walls to filler with PVA glue and acrylic. So I mix all those together to make all sorts of different texturing mediums. I also like to put tissue paper on a canvas, wrinkle it up before I paint on it. I really like the effect you get with that, which is what I've done on this one. So it's got little lines where I've put the tissue paper, as a base. So that is supposed to be on there. But that's the second variation. And again, very dark, layered colour. I've done quite a lot of layers on these to build up the colour, and Posca pen detailing on top. Again, if you can see where I've used the original artwork as inspiration. Okay, now the third one I came up with, which I started with this one actually, but I finished the smaller ones before I finished the larger one. And I used the same colours more or less as this one to start me off, as I thought, well, I'll sort of try and, be very much like the original to start with. But it didn't end up like the original, even though it's the same colours. So, see if I can move back a bit. And this is the 20 by 20 canvas that I did, based on that artwork. As you can see, the proportions are all different, with it being a different shape and obviously a lot bigger. But that is basically as near to that one as I've got. And this one is extremely textured. I've put a very thick textured base on this before I painted it. And this has actually got acrylic, PVA glue and craft sand in it. So it's actually got a really lovely, whoa, textured sandy base. So I hope you like these artworks. I've not done any quite as bonkers as these for quite a while, but and I've been sort of concentrating on small artworks. But as you can see, as an experiment, it's been really interesting, and I'm definitely going to do this again because I've got other artworks that I've just got prints to that were very, very, well, me, you know, artworks that reflect the way I paint, and you know, I am a little weird and my artwork's a little weird. So I think I'll do that again and just see how I go on, because I think this has turned out really good.